Hey, what's up, everybody?
Sorry we're late.
I don't know if you heard that greeting, but what's up, guys? So it's finally come. We're here to give away a free comment. Let me cut some lights on because it's super dark in here.
I'm going to use my famous Thanksgiving cowboy hat to put the names in there.
That's better. Look at that. Sorry.
All right. So, shaking them up, moving them around.
Welcome. So
I'm stirring the pot.
All right, perfect. All right, so if you're new here, we having a comic book giveaway, and we announced that this was the comic book that we were giving away. It's New Teen Titans #1. It's the second run from George Perez and Mark Wolfman. So just really awesome. Me and Lewis are huge Titans fans, and so we wanted to give that away, share with the community, and so we're thankful for everybody that submitted. You know, it's pretty awesome. I didn't get as many as we wanted, but it's okay. You know,
there's next time.
That's next time. So we're also going to announce the next giveaway here. So
give it away.
Hang on and watch after the giveaway, and you can see how to win the next one, right? And we'll review the one that we're going to give away. All right. So Lewis is shaking it up. All right, here we go.
No, you can't look.
Should we
you have to turn your head?
Should we show the answer to the question first?
Oh yeah. So the question was, what was Jonathan, Mr. Superhero Chad himself's first comic book? And here it is, folks.
The answer was Star Wars Empire, #8.
And it's like legitimately worn. If I turn it around, you can see the stress along the seams there. See that? This comic has been read. That's good, because comics are an art form meant to be read.
Now this comic isn't being given away.
No,
that's my first comic. So
he's just showing the answer.
Just showing the answer. Just to clarify again. So yeah, this was the first one I ever got. I was at like a Relay for Life thing, and there was a prize for a bunch of the kids. And so I ran over and I saw Star Wars, so I grabbed it. And this is what it was. It might have even had like a drug-related theme or something, like anti-drugs or something. But I could be wrong about that.
Let me see it.
Anyways, and that got me into Star Wars comic books, which I was into all throughout high school. And
looks old too.
And then really, I mean, that's what got me into regular comics was Star Wars. So the reason this channel exists is because of this comic right here. So, yep, there we go. All right, so
the winner of this comic book
is Splash some. Okay.
Just don't make it rain.
Zach Dietrich.
That's right.
That's how we're saying it right. So, yeah. Boom. Congratulations, Zach. Thanks for submitting. And so
make sure to send a message with your contact info so we know where to mail that to.
Yep, we will get that out right away. So fun times. Thanks for submitting. Oh, I've got my hook. I haven't put it on.
Cowboys and Pirates.
That's right.
All day, every day.
If you don't understand this, you should go watch our Thanksgiving special.
It was delicious.
It was fun. Anyways, so thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for joining the community, subscribing.
Sorry we were late today.
And we appreciate you guys. And so we want to share comic books with the community. These are books that we have enjoyed in the past, and just want to kind of share that with you guys. So, all right. So we're going to talk about the next comic book that we're going to give away. So I think we're going to try to give one every month.
We may actually give a couple away this month.
We might give a couple away this month. So be watching later on this month for a possible second comic book. Since it's Christmas, we got to share the love,
Yeah,
right?
better to give than receive, right?
That's right. So, all right. So Lewis has a lot to talk about this comic book.
No, I don't, because I don't want to give away all the plot details.
Didn't we do that last time? We basically reviewed the. Oh, we didn't give the. Just tell them about the comic book.
You can't go wrong with the Incredible Hulk fighting Santa Claus in a mall.
That's Grey Hulk too.
At Christmas time. Yes. So what? Okay. So I can tell you this. So this issue comes right after the first appearance of Professor Hulk, Smart Hulk, where it's all the personalities combined into one Hulk. So this is sort of a throwback tale to before that. So this guy is going shopping in Las Vegas at the mall with some of his mob friends. Yes, the Grey Hulk was a mob enforcer at one point.
Oh.
Yeah, so you didn't know that. This is not really Santa Claus.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, right. Spoiler alert. It is a famous villain, though. And he's beating him up with a crow. He's attacking the Hulk with a crowbar that's on sale for $9.99. That's dedication to your art form when you do that. This is hilarious. It's Peter David. Can't go wrong with him writing the Hulk, particularly a Hulk that can be snarky and sarcastic, which this Hulk adds in spades. Just a great example of comic books at Christmas time. I really wish that there were more things like this. I know there was an Avengers comic. It was like a Marvel's comic, and the Avengers had to stop Santron. He was a Ultron robot decorated like Santa Claus. And at the end, Captain America gives a speech that causes Wolverine to
cry
a little bit about Santa Claus.
Yeah, Christmas specials are always fun.
Yeah.
And everything. TV shows.
Yeah.
Books. Comic books.
Usually the stakes are a little bit lower. So if you're not looking for a character
Unless
to
you're
die.
in Justice.
Right. Unless you're trying to rip people's hearts out.
Or Futurama, where Santa Claus is evil.
That's
a funny show.
Right, but the show itself has low stakes. It's not like, oh, I got cancer. Here it is in a comic book. Woo! I guess there's some of that, but not necessarily in this one. But anyway, you can't go wrong with a cover that has the Hulk fighting Santa Claus.
I'll show it a little closer.
There's also an awesome comic from the Justice League where Plastic Man tells a story of Santa Claus and his association with the Justice League. So you definitely want to look for that one.
Which we may be talking about later on.
Yeah.
This month.
Yeah, we might do like a top 5 or something of our favorite holiday themed issues.
Yes.
So we don't have to get too deep in it, because I feel like if we do, we're going to be here.
Keep an eye out for a Christmas special coming later.
Yeah. We don't want to stray
special live video.
That might be on time that day.
It may be. Maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
But real quick, just a shout out to Brandon over at Play for Life Comics.
Play for Life, where you get to play
this
for
is actually
life.
where we got this comic today. We were just over there
I had some issues to pick
talking
up.
to him, and we picked up this comic book. So thanks to Brandon over there. We appreciate the love. He's a great guy. If you're ever in Wake Forest, go on over there. He's downtown.
And if you're wherever
Brandon.
you are, and you are, because you wouldn't be there if you weren't, go to your local comic store.
That's right. They need some love too.
That's right.
And they might have this comic, so if you don't win, you can go get it.
Or any of the other ones we've mentioned throughout the life of this channel.
Right.
That's the beautiful thing about comic stores.
Yeah.
Back issues.
So, but yeah, so for this one, we've got. I want to give a little bit easier clue because if you didn't find it, the other answer was in
the first
my first live video. It was going through my collection or something like that, and I just happened to go and see that one, and I mentioned it, but that was fun because it was the first time I'd ever done a live video. But this time we're gonna make it a little easier. Should be able to find the answer to this one pretty easy. The question is, I was expecting a drum roll, but that's okay. I need some flair to this question. No, what comic book did I recently add to my collection that was really awesome? So,
did you mention it was a Black Friday comic?
Oh, it was a Black Friday comic.
Just a little help there.
We're not gonna give as many hints to this one in the future because it should be really easy.
It's
pretty easy to find from here. So yeah,
we expect the answers to start flooding in.
That's right. So
not in the chat though.
How do you win, Lewis?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You've got to message us over on Facebook, Superhero Chat on Facebook. Same bat channel. Different bat place. It's Facebook instead of YouTube.
Same bat time.
That's right. Same bat time. You also have to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube.
That's right.
So I think that's everything, right?
So like, subscribe here, and then like and message us over there.
Yeah.
And then give us the right answer, and voila.
You'll have a new comic book coming right to your door.
So the answer should be pretty easy, I think. So. I mean, we thought, but it's a comic book I'm really excited about having now. I've been looking forward to getting it for a long time.
You reckon that's the most valuable one you've got now?
The Batman Damned book is more expensive now.
Right, but that's a terrible reason for it to be expensive.
I mean, I'm just saying it's more expensive. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. No more clues because, well, no more clues.
But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that one. All right, but yeah, so that's this book. We'd love to give it away. We'd love to share the love. It's not, again, if you're new here and you're just seeing this now, we're not trying to. We don't have a whole lot of money to really give like super expensive comics away, but
we might at some point in the future,
maybe. But we want to give comic books that we've really enjoyed, and I feel like that's worth more.
Right.
Than an expensive comic book that you may or may not ever read. These are comic books that are fun, they're interesting, fun to read, and that have
worth reading.
We've enjoyed. Speaking of Zach, let us know. We're willing to sign that book if you want us to. If you don't want us to destroy it,
right?
We won't. But we thought we could do that from us.
We can always sign it somewhere.
Or we could sign
the
cardboard on the back.
That's true.
And then you could, have our signature. So let us know. In
case you ever steal our identities.
That's right.
You need to sign for something.
So.
I'm sorry.
You're silly.
I try.
But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing and joining the family. If you haven't, excuse me, go ahead and subscribe, and we want everybody to join the family, and we can just share our love of comic books, and we want anybody who's interested to join.
That's right.
So this is comic book nerds gotta stick together.
That's right.
Oh, sorry. Gotta stick together.
It's funny that you mentioned that because as I was standing outside waiting for you to wake so that I could come in this afternoon and hang out and we could do this video, I was thinking to myself,
had to put that in a video.
No, wait. Yeah. He works a night, like an early morning overnight job. I'm not mad at him. I totally expect him to be exhausted after that. I was just thinking as I was hanging out outside, just how thankful I am for, being able to sit down and talk about this because I'll just say this. There's a phrase with folks who get addicted to drugs. They're always chasing that high.
We're talking about drugs.
That's right. I'm going somewhere with this.
It's a strange turn of events we've got going on here.
Don't interrupt me here, Hookbeard. No. They call it chasing the dragon, right?
Okay.
And
I didn't know that, but
okay. Where they're always after that initial high, but they can never get it. But the cool thing about comic books and the cool thing about talking with you about comic books is I feel like that's easier to get to.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do drugs.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Is this the way to do it?
Although if they ever made their tea better, I would talk them up all the time.
And if they gave me the correct size fries that I ordered, I also
you know what's
pleased.
strangely the best sweet tea in Wake Forest is CC's. It's
the pizza that makes
so
it taste
good.
Better. It's the pizza.
No. Like
it's totally.
It's got the perfect blend of water, tea, and sugar. It's perfect. It's not so sweet that you can't drink it, but it's sweet. It's not unsweet. And yeah. Anyway,
can we post that we're live on Facebook right now?
We could.
I can do it.
I thought we were about to end.
Oh, are we?
I mean, is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I want to say I'm going to Facebook to tell them we were live. So I can remember where it's at.
We're terrible at the social media stuff.
Yeah, I'm lucky to be on social media.
So this is about as social media as we get with YouTube.
Post.
We created the Facebook more out of just trying to reach out to people, so that we could talk to you on a more personal basis. But even then, like it's difficult to always find time to get on there.
Yeah. Well.
But we're a young channel. That could change later.
That's right.
So
we do like to.
Lewis has a new phone. We never thought that would happen.
I know. Strange. It's a smartphone too.
So.
Anyway. So yeah, I think I published that. I don't know.
And then I can chat. But yeah.
I just said we were live that way. But no, seriously, the community totally helps sustain you when comics suck, like Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah.
Come out where some of your favorite characters have been killed off and you're like, well, screw this noise, I'm done. I mean, that's an option.
Yeah.
And maybe your finances will appreciate that. But the other option is you find some friends that are into it too and share that love.
Yeah.
That's
and a good place to find that is your comic book store. Support your local comic book store. You there watching.
That's right. Oops. All my names
That's
are falling
Hookbeard
off.
declares. So I say that without a beard.
I'm Cowboy Rocksteady.
Cowboy Rocksteady.
Instead of Cowboy Bebop? It's just like a manga thing or something?
No.
I don't know.
I didn't get it. I just knew who Rocksteady was. So, thinking of Rocksteady with a cowboy hat.
I think I could pull off a Rocksteady cosplay costume.
Yeah, perhaps.
I'd have to shave my head, though.
Yeah. You get like one of those masks, like how like the horse masks that look really realistic.
Yeah, those are kind of creepy. I'm not even gonna lie.
For Rocksteady.
Like a rhino?
Yeah.
I don't know if they have rhinos, do they?
Well, specifically, right? Hey, welcome to the chat.
Thanks for checking us out, especially if you saw that we were live.
And then I'm sure you could probably special order like a Rocksteady.
That might be expensive, though. I just meant before he was mutated.
Before he was mutated. Just like a random rhino?
No, the dude who got turned into the rhino.
Welcome.
So I told him I'm Cowboy Rocksteady. And we were talking about if I cosplay as the guy who becomes Rocksteady when they mutate him, he clearly has no idea what I'm talking about. You want to cosplay as a random rhino?
It's been a long day.
Yes, I do want to cosplay as a random rhino.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. We had our a Thanksgiving Christmas thing at work, and super early in the morning. It's weird, like you're eating like fancy Thanksgiving food at way after Thanksgiving, but also at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And
have some turkey first thing in the morning.
It was good. I mean, it was really good. I brought some home, but then I had to go get my car fixed. I've got like black stuff all over my hands.
Oh, that go well?
Yeah, well, it got fixed. I actually did most of it, so Mike just kind of watched.
Mango Bed. This will be the common giveaway for December.
Yeah. So
the Hulk.
Now that you're here,
versus Santa Claus
is our new giveaway, or the second giveaway. I don't know what I'm saying.
Charitably given by Play for Life Comics.
That's right. The giveaway for December will be that one. So, then
did you have a good Thanksgiving, Mango Bed?
Very cool. Yeah. We found out that, Lewis found out that we could actually see the super chats later.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
So it makes sense that I'm talking to Mango Bed because he's there watching right now. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good Thanksgiving.
Good Thanksgiving.
I was at the beach, which was fun.
We went to my wife's family's house on Friday evening after all the Black Friday shopping because she had to work Thanksgiving. And then we got up with my dad on Sunday night. And we have roast for my side of the family because we get enough turkey everywhere else. And I love roast, and it's the only time of year my wife cooks turkey roast. And so good. The third day
she was cooking and you were excited about
mashed potatoes with cheese and bacon. I'm hoping she make. So we're about to have another kid, and I'm really hoping that she makes some of those before the baby comes.
That's his third kid.
Yeah, that's right.
No more roll thrice.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out names. I had a friend, not this guy, though I'm sure he'd be in for that. Suggest the name Jonathan the other day.
There you go.
So.
Oh, is it a boy?
Oh, we don't know yet.
Oh.
It's a surprise.
Okay.
Surprise. But she had. Thanks, man. That's the thing. Like when you don't know what you're having, coming up with names is much more difficult.
All right. So everybody should comment on this video and tell Lewis what names he should use.
Okay.
And let's find like the weirdest names we can think of. 'Cause that would be the best.
Except
that's the best option.
Except first of all,
as long as it's clean.
If you go with strange names, we're less likely to use them.
Alberto.
Well, I would just shorten that to Albert.
Albert.
Call him Al.
Al. Yeah.
Or Albie.
Weird Al.
If he's my kid, he will be weird.
Sure enough.
Weird Christopher.
Sure
weird.
Weird Al.
Fit right in with Weird Dad.
That's funny. We have a guy at work. His name, we call him Big Al.
Is he little? Because that's always great.
No, he's a big black guy, and he's so that's
fun. Racist.
Just calling him black guy?
No, calling him big.
Well, he is big. You're a big white guy.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
You're killing me, Smosh. Anyway, so he's fun. He loves them.
See, if you hadn't grabbed that hook, I would have picked it up and pretended like I was about to kill you with it, since you said I was killing you.
That's my hook. Kind of like Santa's killing him with the crowbar.
I am a junior, and I don't wish that on anyone. Mango Bed, you asked if we have any juniors yet. No.
We should pose like this with the hook. So we're looking at this for that'd be fun somehow. Like I have the hook here.
Oh yeah, right. And I'm holding your arm.
Any juniors yet?
He's asking if I have any juniors,
right.
And I said no.
Lewis Jr.
Yeah, I am a junior. And like I said, I don't want to wish that.
You're a junior?
I am a true junior. My oldest son has my middle name, which is carried on from my dad and his dad. So we're keeping that alive, but skipping the junior part. So. Bless you. Bless you.
Don't know where that came from.
Your nose.
Thank you.
Something agitated the.
I don't know where the sudden desire to die came from.
Oh.
Probably this tea.
But he won't stop drinking, which is the best. Go back and watch one of our.
That was the
Comic-Con
debrief.
Yeah, that's so great. I thought I was gonna die laughing about that and the pizza.
Oh me, that was a funny video.
Oh, and for the record, this will be the only time I comment on this.
Well, here we go.
Don't worry about having this given to you. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
There's aspects that are good, but yeah, we've been trying to keep up on making videos. So.
Yeah, like I think it was Wednesday. I was like, I'm just gonna do this because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do a new video. Man, November has been like awful for videos. It's just so busy. But yeah,
and Christmas doesn't get a lot. I mean, you work for one of the major shippers, and
yeah,
so you're gonna be busy.
I work for UPS.
Oh, I didn't even say that.
That's all right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to say that I work for FedEx. I work for UPS.
Or DHL.
And so we get super busy. But that's okay because
don't follow Heroes in Crisis Mango Bed. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
That's right. No. You're not missing much.
Well, I tell you, I think everything you need to know. Well, no.
Yeah, just go watch his video.
Watch our video.
If you're interested.
There you go. Kind of plug our own videos and no, I did a whole bunch of them the other day, and I was just like, I need to get a bunch out so that people have videos to watch.
Right. Some of it was a matter of him catching up on editing and stuff like that. And of course, like I said, about to have my wife's about to have a new baby, and so we're gonna be busy with that. Christmas is coming up, so travel for the holidays, all that.
So fun times. But yeah, so I was just like, let me just post a whole bunch of them, and I was trying like, because they say like with the algorithm with YouTube, like you're better doing videos that are like 2 or 3 minutes long.
We don't know how to do that.
I felt like they were all, oh, thanks for watching all our stuff, man. We appreciate it. I felt like there's like 3 different types of videos that people watch, like the real short ones. They're like 0 to 3 minutes long, and then you have like the longer crowd like myself who tend to listen more toward like 10 to 15 minutes videos, and they want a little bit more content. And I don't know why I'm telling you this, but and then you have like this other group, which is also me, that watches
and me.
Like hour-long videos, and we kind of do like all of those. Like we have the Yoda videos, which I don't do as many as I should, that are like the 2 or 3 minute videos, and then most of the ones that I do end up being like 10 minutes, just because I'm long-winded, and when I'm getting around this guy, I can't do anything less than an hour.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it anyway.
And then so all of my reviews, I just say everything I'm thinking randomly, and so it ends up being like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, let's get it 3 minutes this time, and then it's so much.
Yeah, no, I get you on that so much money to spend thing.
Yeah.
I appreciate his reviews because a lot of it saves me from being like, oh, that's a great cover. Never mind. And of course, he lets me come over and thumb through his stuff. But talking about short videos, like, can you imagine a top 10, which ultimately is a top 20 between the two of us, being 3 minutes? It literally is, here's our list. Y'all have a good day.
And we would find some way to make that 10 minutes long.
This was supposed to be 3 minutes, which is why we showed you our list at the very beginning.
Well, it's funny. You might not be able to tell it, but if you watch the long videos, we're usually on like a time crunch at the very end. And so sometimes I'll be pointing at the screen because it's got the time.
And he'll tell me
or I'll be like trying to rush. We're rushing because he'll
wrap it up, B. Wrap it up.
I'm long-winded, but when I get around this guy and he gets around me, we don't ever stop. So yeah, I mean
well, values and morals are good things to have. So.
But yeah, we do. I mean, we go to the same church, and that's kind of how we met. And
I don't think he does. School. But it's okay that I don't. I feel like he said that enough that
What?
About the morals and values. Everybody has some level of morality.
Everybody has some,
and
some morals and values.
Everything that they value. So, you know.
We quickly became fast friends. So, and then
we're not going to turn this into a political
no, or a religious
show.
We're just here for comic books.
I mean, we might preach on certain heroes that we appreciate more than others, but
or
it's
a franchise DC over another one.
Image. But yeah, I don't know where we were going.
Okay. I'm reading the comment now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's been a long day, so if I read your comments wrong or whatever, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I see what you were saying now.
Right. No,
I'm sorry.
I got you. I'm keeping it.
Okay, that's good.
I had sleep last night, and it was good.
Well, I had like a couple hours.
My wife woke me up in the middle of the night to rub a cramp out of her calf muscle. Yeah. But other than that, I slept through the night, so it was good.
Yeah, I got up or went to bed around 1, and because I get to sleep in on Saturdays till 4, and then I woke up at like 3 to make my coffee because I get up like an hour before work, so that I'm already like starting to get awake. I'll go make coffee and then go back to bed for an hour, but I just couldn't sleep.
He wants to burn his house down while he's asleep.
It's coffee.
It's. Watch a movie, watch a TV show. Oh. Did I leave the coffee maker on as they go off on this long vacation?
It takes like 5 minutes. I usually hear the beep when it's done, and then it stays warm for an hour.
I know.
I do it every night. Yeah,
but Mango Bed, you're not inappropriate. We believe in free speech. You know.
That's right.
So,
I mean, we do appreciate comments that aren't.
If you said something like super racist or whatever, we might edit that, but otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, no, we're good.
That's correct.
Money?
No, I wish there were money in my pocket. That'd be nice.
So Mango Bed, any videos you want us to do in the future? Or things that you're interested in?
Or anybody else watching, leave us a comment about videos you want to see. Me and Lewis are always trying to figure out what we're gonna do, and we've
got a couple of videos in the works. Yeah,
but we're always open to new ideas. So, and really a lot of the videos we're coming up with are like different versions of what y'all have suggested. So it's like, how many top 10 videos can we do? There's already channels that do
top 10 list of our top 10 video ideas.
We could do a top 10 of our own videos.
That's true.
That'd be
funny. A playlist.
We'd have to watch.
We'll just do a playlist. That way, it's
favorite
not
comic ever. Oh yes, man, I love doing that issue. When I pulled that one out, and I was like, oh, I gotta do a video on this. This would be fun. And then I was just like, I might be the only one who ever watches this, but whatever. But I'm glad somebody else likes it.
So you say that, but I can't get him to read these fast enough. He's got all this stuff he does. So if I could just be like, here, read this, and then we'll sit and talk about it.
Yeah.
I would love that because I think you're reading through JLA Year 1, right? Or did you finish that?
I haven't finished that.
Okay. I just read through.
You can't see this, but like
Bacon
right here.
Curtain, what's up, man?
Hey guys. You can't really see, but like right here is like a whole bunch of comic books that I haven't read yet or reviewed yet. So, always fun to
find hidden gems.
Oh, hidden gems. Yes. Okay.
Hidden gems are amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's one of the reasons we're doing this kind of thing with the giveaways. We want great comics to get into your collection. And, depending on your demographic, like what, age or, particular period of reading comics occurred, or whether it's waxed and waned like mine has, I'm always down for good comics.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'll say the Star Wars book kind of started my reading into comic books, but I really didn't get into mainstream comic books because that was just Dark Horse and Star Wars for about a decade. Then I met this guy, and all we did was talk about comics because the movies had come out.
And he's asking me all these questions, and I'm like, no, they didn't do that right, but it's okay because of this or whatever. And
Yeah, actually, it was the XMen movies, the first ones, the good ones. It's got Patrick Stewart in it. Is that his name?
the third one
Yeah, that's right.
needed
Patrick
some
Stewart.
work. Yes.
Okay.
Captain Picard, man. Just say Captain Picard.
There
Y'all
you
know
go.
who we're
It's
talking
got Picard in it.
The
There you
best
go.
captain.
Yeah, I do like William Shatner.
Cisco was great too.
He was, man. He was great.
DS9.
So was what's her name?
underrated.
So was what's her name?
Janeway.
Everybody,
Yes.
everybody talks about Voyager. I'm like, this show's awesome. What are you talking about? Voyager was great.
I'm very much the same. It had been about 10 years since I was actively collecting comics, and then
Yeah.
I guess the new stuff is the stuff that started me buying new stuff was the Fantastic Four issue he lent me, and then I went back and got some Titan stuff.
Well, I got a whole
Rebirth.
I got a whole box that Lewis just gave me, and I've read maybe like 2% of it. I read Graduation Day, and I read a couple of the Young Justice issues that you gave me.
Yeah,
and that might have been it.
Right. So there's Young Justice come before Graduation Day,
Right.
just in case.
They gave me like some DC 2-in-1s. Gave me like a whole thing of Quasar.
Yes, because
And
it's a
then
really cool
Warlock,
series.
and that one's cool. You gave me like this Rebels.
Yes, it's Legion. It's
Legion and Rebels.
It's like
94,
Space
95.
Police. Space Police.
And then
Dude, you should totally read that stuff.
Supergirl,
So
which I was excited about. Teen Titans, which
Jeff Johns
of course
run,
I'm
which
excited
was
about.
all right.
Great.
I still don't like that he made Connor Kent the clone of Superman and Lex Luthor.
I don't mind that.
I do.
I'm having fun.
I know you are.
But yeah.
Since we mentioned Star Trek,
Yeah,
and
I love
that
Picard.
got a
I think
response.
everybody says that Picard is the best.
He is.
Who's
your favorite villain?
LCS.
Local comic store.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. What'd you say?
Who was your favorite Star Trek villain?
Villain. I
I
feel like you got to say Khan. Like,
I like the Borg.
I like the Borg team.
They're my favorite.
I feel like the Borg are the only one, like maybe one of the greatest villains in history.
Yeah.
And they're one of the few ones in Star Trek that actually like make you feel like they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
I mean, I never knew how they were gonna beat the Borg.
Dude, when they spoiler turned, Picard, I was like, what? What? How did they come back from this? And it was the end of the season, and I'm like, no, I can't wait 3 months for that. Q was amazing.
Oh, I love
Q. Was amazing.
Q's a villain.
He's not. I don't really count him as a villain. He's a force of nature.
Dude,
Q was.
There'll be times where I'll just go back and binge all the Q episodes. I love Q.
Dude, they have a DVD series.
And what's his name?
Based on
the guy who played him was on.
What is his name?
Was on Stargate.
Delancey.
And he was a really, like, in Stargate, he really made you hate him. He was a really awful character in that show. Not awful as in like you love to hate him.
There's just something about that guy.
He's such
like
a
he's
good
got
actor.
this look, and you're like,
but man,
I could see you as a mega villain. Or,
I loved him on Q. The first time he shows up and he's like in that giant jury, and he's the judge, and oh my goodness, every time he shows up for Picard.
Yes. There's a book. So Peter David, author of this fine comic here, also does a number of Star Trek books, and I think he wrote one where it's called Q Returns. I found it for like 25 cents at a used bookstore. I've got to read it, but Peter David, everything he writes is pretty awesome, or at least that used to be the case. I mean, I haven't read a whole lot he's done lately, but really good stuff.
I thought that was a good episode as well, because you have like mankind arguing for the goodness of mankind,
right?
And they're saying, hey, like, we're worth keeping around, and so that was pretty awesome. I really love Star Trek. Is just
that's a novel. It's called Q Returns. Yeah, so they have like a billion Star Trek novels, and Peter David wrote a string of them. I think if it's not Q Returns, it's certainly called Q. It's got John Delancey, the actor, on the cover of it. You'll recognize it when you see it. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, about that thick, 300 pages or so.
I got a friend who we had thought about doing a superhero chat on Star Trek because he's a big Star Trek fan. And he we haven't been able to get it done, but me and Lewis could probably talk about it. Dacus.
Oh, I didn't know he was in a Star Trek.
Their son.
Yeah, right.
So he's a big Star Trek fan. Cool. He's like, I don't really know a lot about superheroes. I was like, that's okay. So. Yeah,
so in the 90s, Marvel put out a string of novels, since you mentioned that, Mango Bed, based on their comic characters. One of my favorite was the Mutant Empire one. Magneto is the villain, so half the team are on Earth dealing with him. The other half go into space to deal with the Shi'ar and some other stuff going on there. The second book has the first team coming back and the space team coming back, and all the struggles there, while the Earth team is trying to stop Magneto from taking over Manhattan and isolating it. I think it was Manhattan. Could be Long Island. I don't know. Maybe they're the same thing. I'm not from New York, so please don't hate on me.
Manhattan.
And he also gets a hold of some Sentinels. And he's turning some island in New York into a haven for mutants and using the Sentinels to keep people out. Whoops.
Magneto is keeping people out with the Sentinels?
Keeping humans out. He's and there's like a force field up where only mutants can get through.
How is he controlling the Sentinels?
He reprogrammed them.
Oh, okay.
He has what's the dude? I think his name was Milan. One of the acolytes, a member of his team of mutants, has like technological powers, so he plugs in and reprograms the Sentinels.
Aren't the Sentinels made of metal?
Some of them.
Some of them are.
Yes. So later on, they make them with polymers so that they're not vulnerable to Magneto's power.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that the movies never explained.
Right.
I was like, well, they only showed up in one movie, but.
Well, that's not true. There was the one in the third one in the Danger Room, where.
Right. But yeah, that's not a real.
Yeah. No, I know, but it should have been.
That's not a real.
Should have been.
That should have been the real villain of 3, and it probably would have been fine.
No, it would have been amazing. It would have been, building on. See, this will have to go into one of those videos we do about movies, because it totally would have built off of what went on in 2, as well as not have all the crap that went on in 3.
What is it about the third movies that are always so terrible? Iron Man 3, Spider-Man
Avengers 3 was
3.
amazing. What are you talking about?
Avengers 3 did break the. Well, Star
Thor
Wars.
3 was amazing. Captain America 3 was amazing.
That's true.
So Marvel's getting their act together.
XMen 3
was bad.
Well, I mean, Return of the Jedi is my favorite.
Oh, Star Wars, yeah, it gets better.
And then
as it goes on.
Most people would say that Revenge of the Sith was the best of the prequels. Although I think Episode 1's the best, but I'm different.
I didn't like 3.
I'm different.
It's the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters, and I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of know where this is going.
Had you seen the other 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I caught them on TV.
Okay. Fair enough.
Anyway.
I liked 3. Man, that last battle with Obi-Wan and Anakin hit you right in the feels. That was good.
Yeah, it didn't for me. But I guess I wasn't into Star Wars like you are.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That could have a lot to do with it.
That's true.
So,
I mean, it's not the original trilogy by any standard, but yeah, I mean, I feel like it's gotten better with the new trilogy. Yeah. Everybody's like, "Oh man, the prequels weren't that bad," which is one thing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
one of these days I'm going to do a video about defending the prequels, because I actually like Jar Jar Binks,
I don't think you should say that.
Which is very controversial.
Yeah,
but
it's a very.
I remember, I can understand why people don't like him. I can understand that. but I remember there were a lot of people who enjoyed the movies. The first movie when it came out, at least that I knew.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't
lottery
until a
scene
few
was
years
great.
later, I think it was after episode 2 came out, that everybody started really hating. And I think a lot of that had to do with the emergence of like the internet and
Right, and a need to hate things.
right. And so suddenly you have all these voices that are screaming super loudly that it was awful, and it kind of made some of us think like, oh, well,
Maybe
okay,
it was.
maybe it wasn't that good. And I think that's really why people hate episode 1, because I mean, it's not the best, but I felt like it had the more practical effects than the other two. It had Liam Neeson in it.
Right.
It had
Okay.
Darth Maul in it.
Yeah.
It had Mace Windu in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, there's some great things about it.
Drama starters. That's right.
And I thought Natalie Portman was great in it. The writing was better in episode 1 than the other two. The problem,
they had Star Wars Jesus in it. Ewan McGregor.
That's right. Ewan McGregor was great as a young Padawan. That was awesome. I think the only thing people didn't like was Jar Jar. I think everything else in that movie stands up. Well, I mean, you're like, well, why did you have Darth Maul and then kill him off right away? But
yeah, I'm still mad about that. Bring it back.
Well,
Bring
they did.
Maul back.
They did.
Not in the movies.
Yeah.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Where?
He's in Solo. But he's also in the Clone Wars, which I feel like the Clone Wars really helped the prequels. So if you haven't watched the Clone Wars, go watch them because they are amazing.
How come you didn't tell me this before?
I haven't told you that.
No,
Spoiler.
You told me you loved Han Solo, but you didn't tell me he was in that movie.
Yeah, that's a big spoiler of the movie.
So
whatever.
I'm not guaranteed to go watch it.
That's the first time in Star Wars that we've had something from the cartoon show up in the movies. So.
And doesn't he have a brother with like yellow paint?
Unless you count Boba Fett.
Right.
But
that was the best part of the Christmas special.
The only good part about the Christmas special. Well, I forget who it was. I think it was Captain Cummings was his name. He doesn't do comic book movies or reviews anymore, but he I think he actually deleted most of his channel. But he did a video arguing why the Christmas special was better than The Last Jedi. It was so funny.
Wow.
It was great. It was so, I mean, it made perfect sense. I was like, wow, that's actually a really good argument. He's like, the Christmas special produced a unique character that, lasted throughout the series, and Last Jedi didn't. Even though, like, there were a lot of problems with it. Like, it had all the main characters, and they were all the main focus, and it had, like, a general good plot that wasn't full of holes. It's like, yeah, man,
we should,
it's pretty good.
We should watch that.
With the Christmas special, that'd be funny.
And do it, like, have them watching us watch.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny. We'll have to think about that.
Yeah. No, because I think it's been like probably.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
20 plus years since I've watched it.
I've never seen it. So
okay, so
I'm all for it.
That might be a new video right there, where we just sit and watch that. I mean, we'll probably have to take breaks because there's some corny junk in it, from what I recall, and I'm liable to fall out of the floor on the floor laughing. So
I was talking to somebody yesterday.
Okay.
I don't remember. Oh no! It was Brandon.
Okay.
At the shop, Play for Life Comics. Wake Forest, you should go.
Where you get to play for life.
Wednesday, and
we seriously love that store.
When I was picking up my comic, well, we just love Brandon. He's great. I was talking to him, and I mentioned that Luke Skywalker. I think it was them. I mentioned that Luke Skywalker showed up on an episode of The Muppets.
Yes.
And no, it was at work. Sorry, there was a guy who knew of Mark Hamill.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I don't mind plugging Play for Life. But there's a guy.
Play for Life comics.
There's a guy at work who we were talking yesterday, and I'm just mentioned that Luke Skywalker and some of the others showed up on the Muppet Show, and Mark Hamill, who was so at the time wanting to not be typecast into Luke Skywalker before he had kind of
leaned into it,
gotten into it.
rightfully.
So I think he said that Leia. Carrie Fisher.
There you go.
That Carrie Fisher had said, "You just got to get over it. You're always going to be this." And that kind of is why he did. But before that, he didn't want to show up on the Muppets unless he could play something else other than Luke Skywalker. So they created he played himself as Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker's cousin. It was funny.
That, yeah.
And he kind of goes back and forth off screen and shows up as Luke and Mark. It's funny. It's so funny.
Mark Hamill, you are a national treasure.
He's my favorite actor by far. So
your Joker is untouchable.
Yeah, I know.
You made me love the Hobgoblin with Spider-Man, the animated series.
When he's so personal with fans too. Like,
I saw you on The Simpsons, and I thought that episode was great. You've not watched that, and you had no reason not to watch The Simpsons.
I have watched.
Homer's a bodyguard in it, and he carries him out to the tune of "And It's so funny. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
his voice work is amazing.
I have watched the Family Guy, Star Wars.
Oh, episodes.
Those are funny.
Yeah.
They just kind of retell.
I think right. It was weird because I was expecting it to be something it wasn't. I didn't realize they were just
voice work is great.
Retell the stories, and so
I
didn't know what to expect. I saw the first one, and I'm like,
I think my favorite scene is when whatever the main guy is. I don't really watch
Peter.
the show. Peter.
I used to watch it.
He's like we have several main characters in this thing. We're gonna be all right. We're not in any trouble.
Right. Anyway,
this is such a on the nose joke.
Yeah, I used to watch it like somewhat religiously before it got canceled.
Did it get canceled?
And then they brought it back because of how well the DVD sold and everything.
Yeah.
By that point, I was like, you know what? Probably shouldn't be laughing at a lot of this, so I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, and my wife doesn't like The Simpsons, so I haven't watched them.
Yeah.
Like 10 years.
I feel like for me, a lot of those shows, except for Futurama, I really like that one. But The Simpsons and Family Guy are better in like small doses. Like I can watch them on YouTube and watch like the
clips.
Really good clips that are great. And same with South Park. Like
I've never been a fan of that.
There's a few clips that are really funny, and then that's about as much as I can do with it. Yeah. Futurama, I really loved. That one was good.
See, when I was much younger, I tried to watch that South Park movie, and I was like, I really have no idea what's going on here, and this is just not funny to me. So I cut it off, and I've never really cared for that.
South Park's probably my least favorite of them. It just, I don't really care for like super adult humor cartoons.
No, I like.
I just like regular cartoons.
Yeah, I think the Batman Adventure or animated show really captured well, like the adult, kid dynamic really well. Carried a lot of that over to the Justice League.
Clone Wars did a really good job.
Yeah, I never really watched that.
You need to, man. It's so good.
I know. There's so much I need to watch.
And then Justice League did.
Yes.
But like you can just be whatever.
Yeah.
Pixar does a good job, I think.
Oh, The Incredibles. The first one is still.
I don't know that.
And Up. Oh man, that joke will make you cry in the first 5 minutes. You're like, no, don't do that.
I'm like, leave it to Pixar to create everybody in the audience, have them crying without saying a word in 5 minutes in the movie. Oh my goodness, it was good. I like Wall-E too. Yeah. Wall-E and Up are my favorite.
Yeah, I couldn't get into Wall-E.
What? That's sad.
Yeah, man.
Pixar's really great. I really like them.
As a fan of action figures, I feel bad that I've never sat through all the Toy Story movies.
Yeah.
I like the Buzz Lightyear cartoons.
You haven't seen all the
yeah, I know. It's just landed on him. He's a slow listener sometimes.
It's been a long day. I know I keep saying that, but
All right. Well, it's almost at an hour, so
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna try to land this plane without
yeah, we're just kind of
smashing it into the ground.
rambling on. So, guys who are watching, thanks for watching this far. If you made it through this, we didn't really have much.
Zach Diedrich, you are the winner of the free comic. We drew your
Yeah.
name out of the hat back at the
So,
beginning.
catch
Make
us
sure
on
to
Facebook.
send us a message with your details so that we can mail you your free comic book. We have the new one coming up in Christmas time, December. This will be the book, Hulk versus Santa Claus in the mall. And possibly one or two others that we might give away as well. We haven't decided if we're going to do it as a bundle or separate. Like, you get this one.
Depends on how many people.
You get this one, and you get this one.
Give us the answer. So,
what's the question?
So, all right. So the question is,
what new addition to his comic collection is he most proud of as of late? Something like that. I don't know.
What important comic book that I get recently and add to my collection?
Yeah, key issue.
There you go. So should be real easy to find.
All right, Mango Bed. We appreciate you watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing and liking, commenting. And if you haven't, check us out over on Facebook. We're over there. We don't post much. Mostly we just post the videos. But if you comment, we're really good at getting back.
Yeah.
Eventually. So it's easier for us to. We can't, because we're such a small channel. We can't really do much with the community tab on YouTube yet. So,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't exist for us. So.
Oh, okay.
You can't put banners and surveys and stuff out. So yeah. That's exciting. So maybe in the future, if this channel grows, which I hope it does.
Yeah, because we enjoy doing it.
And we enjoy hanging out with you guys. But for now, Facebook works. We'll tell you when we're going live, and it's kind of random. It's halfway through the video.
When we're live, because I said we were live, and then we kept going.
So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you next time. Peace. I did that, and then yes, we want to end.